Hello, I'm Adam.
I'm Steve.
We're with you from Rejoice this evening. We want to spend a little bit of time talking about a subject that maybe we don't spend as much time as we ought. Have you ever been disappointed?
Yes, just probably a lot of times in my life I've been disappointed. Usually when it wasn't so much the other person's fault, I had expectations for them that I'd imposed on them that wasn't right, or I was expecting too much or expecting something different. And so they didn't come across with what I wanted. And so, yeah, I was let down, but yeah.
So we had an expectation that may or may not have been communicated, but it certainly wasn't met.
Right.
Sometimes we have even a need or a desire that doesn't get met.
Yeah.
And one of the difficulties there is, where are we putting the weight, right? Where are we putting that burden of trust? If we put that on people, eventually they're going to let us down.
Right.
I love my wife, right? I definitely married up, but the reality is she's going to fail me.
Well, and here's the thing. I think when that happens, it's not that she's failed, is that maybe you, or in my case with my wife, I tried to impose things on her that she wasn't able to do. Maybe something of the Lord that was in some need he was supposed to meet, not my wife.
Right.
And so I put it in the wrong place. I can't expect somebody who's not God to be able to do what God can do.
Right. So really, the only person that we can truly depend on, right? The only one that we can put that trust in and never be disappointed is in God.
And I'll even say this: sometimes we can impose on God things that He never said,
True.
and we can feel disappointed by Him. A correct understanding of the Scriptures is what helps us to avoid that.
Right.
He never promised that He'd make all of our problems go away. He just said He'd be with us in those problems. And so we have to, if we're counting on Him to make all our problems go away, we're going to be disappointed.
There's a psalm that's been turned into a kind of a kid's song. We sing it at camp every once in a while. Right? Some people trust in chariots. Some people trust in horses. But our trust is in the Lord our God.
That's right. That's right.
Whenever we put our trust in Him, then we can have confidence. We can have peace. And in doing that, we, again, as Steve was saying, we have to make sure that we have that trust and that dependence based in what it is He's actually promised. We try to put words in His mouth, that's going to cause a whole bunch of disappointment on our part.
Yeah.
At the same time, He does make some promises. Every one of them that I've found is conditional.
Yeah.
If you do this, then I'll do that.
Yeah.
So whenever we look at things
we want to claim the promise, but not fulfill the condition, and that's a problem.
One of the things that is missing today in society or in our world in general is peace.
Yeah, yeah.
He's called the God of peace. Jesus is called the Prince of Peace, and He tells us how to have His peace. We have His peace by focusing on all of the ways that He's blessed us. We have His peace by hiding His words in our heart. We are productive by staying connected to the source of peace.
That's right. That's right. And I think where a lot of people struggle with peace now is they're putting their trust in other people. They're putting their trust in systems, in governments, in politicians. All of these things, they're going to let us down because they're like us. They're people, right. And they're fallible. And so, especially as believers, be careful where you put your trust. The one that we can count on is the one who's in the heavens, the one who's given us His word. That's our hope. That's it. If we try to look for it somewhere else, we're going to be disappointed. We trust in the name of the Lord our God. And we need to live our lives daily, putting all of our faith and trust in Him and living according to His word. Then we know those promises. So that's what we've got for tonight. Thanks for listening.